and gentlemen, hello and welcome back again to the Dota Summit. Oh my goodness, we did it! It's the Dota Summit 8. Can you even believe it? We have a new ticket here and it's available to us. I'm Lyrical, joined as well by Aosin. My man, how you doing?
Is this actually happening? I didn't even realize there's a new ticket.
Isn't that crazy?
That is insane. It's been Summit 5 for how many years now?
What's that been? Two years, I guess?
Like 2 years, yeah.
It might be like the longest and the most matches played on a ticket that I can think of, because it's been ridiculous, but they actually finally were able to get a new one. Valve, and they won't be on the summit. They put their stuff together. They got themselves a new ticket for the Doom patch, and well, we're going to be seeing a new game. It's the lower bracket, though, and Mitterfeed and Rocket Scientist backs up against the wall. Mitterfeed also just finished their second best of 3 of today, I think. They might have played a best of 2. I'm not sure if it was a best of 2 or best of 3 beforehand, but they just beat out Mouse Sports in a thriller in the Captain's Draft Tournament. Literally, the game was delayed because they were still in the middle of it, and now they're coming here, and we're going to see it again. How are you feeling about these two teams?
I mean, to be fair, I don't really know much about Rocket Scientists, and while I do know the players on Mitterfeed, I don't really, I haven't really gotten the chance to watch them as a team, so this is going to be a new experience for me, for sure.
Honestly, I feel like that's how everybody feels about pretty much everybody. Like, I've been casting games pretty much nonstop, and even still, there's so many teams that are playing constantly. It's impossible to keep up with. I can only tell you about the South American teams that are playing at the big lands, and even then, it's sometimes hard to keep up with what's going on at those ones. But it's a new look at them. I did see Mitterfeed, and Cinderin has been getting a lot of praise for his Earthshaker the last game that they played. Apparently, it was really instrumental in them winning the series. Talk to me about this hero. Is it still as good as everybody wants it to be, and everybody talks about it to be?
I definitely think Earthshaker is still a very solid hero. The only big difference now, in my opinion, is that he's no longer all that great in the offlane. I think the offlane has kind of changed again. It's kind of gone back to the more traditional offlaner where you're just left alone to do your own thing, and he's just not very good at that. He definitely needs help, and the way the game's being played right now, the supports don't really have time to help out the offlane. A lot of it's always just, fighting for bounty runes, controlling mid, controlling the river runes, and just kind of like out muscling the other team supports.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, he's a monster. Nature's Prophet, though, is the other hero that we're taking a look at in this one with an Earth Spirit. That to me feels like a very scary combo. Because if you, in the later stages of the game, get a decent amount of farm on NP, Earth Spirit rolls in, get a stun, get a silence, maybe a little magnetize onto a solo core, Nature's Prophet TP's in, it's curtains, it's over.
Yeah, that's definitely possible. I mean, even disregarding late game, I think more importantly is the early game. Both of these heroes, Nature's Prophet can just TP in, level 2 or 3, and Earth Spirit initiating from God knows how far that roll range is, right? And it's just a lot of catch, a lot of follow up in the laning phase to just kind of secure the lanes.
Yeah, for sure. And well, that's something that they're going to need to be on the lookout for. Granted, you take a look at this and it's a Witch Doctor, a very strong laning hero as far as being able to stay survivable and put that pressure on. Maybe Nature's Prophet doesn't even get to those first couple of levels without taking some spankings on his way out there. Like if, Earthshaker and Witch Doctor, let's say that Earthshaker is played in that 4 role, he's roaming around, but then he runs back to the safe lane, they could probably find a kill on Nature's Prophet with just about anybody.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, that might be true. Gonna have to wait and see what they pick up as a core to fight up the Nature's Prophet. I think one of the cores that a lot of people like playing against the Nature's Prophet is Sven. I think he's very likely to be picked. I'm trying to think of something else that might be decent for a Nature's Prophet. I think PA is also decent.
Yeah. Seen a lot of her recently as well. Maybe a little bit scary against the Quap, or rather, I guess they have the Quap themselves, so they could still take it. That's a lot of burst if they want to do that. But the Lifestealer is going to be the pick. Another hero that's had a resurgence. I really don't like this hero, but I'm starting to feel like he's stronger than I was originally thinking he was.
No, I kind of understand what you mean. I definitely like the hero, but a lot of the times it just kind of falls short, and you kind of have to make it so that the life stealer is having a good game in order for it to be a good life stealer game. Otherwise, at the end of the day, you don't get anything accomplished. You know, even if you farm up items, your opponents have 2 to 3 force staffs, ghost scepter, you know, whatever it is that you want, and life stealer just aimlessly runs around, isn't able to do much.
And if you build into something, or if you like pick a hero like a Terrorblade or something, he really suffers. Which they could still go for. It might be a little bit too early, and well, mid and feed, they're going to take the Tidehunter. I guess that there's more than one hero too that will be able to deal with the life stealer, so maybe you can save that for the last pick, since they do have last pick overall. But a Tidehunter, haven't seen them all that often. The big downside that we've seen recently is the Hex is no longer dispellable by Kraken Shell, so maybe something like a Lion here or a Shadow Shaman. What do you think about that?
I can definitely see that working. It's just when you have that paired up with an Earth Spirit, it may potentially lead to really weak early laning stages. But I don't know if it's all that necessary to pick a support hero to counter out a Tidehunter. And you know, the thing is, in my opinion, Tidehunter is the life stealer counter.
Really?
Yeah.
What about it is the counter?
Have you seen that clip of Fada's Tidehunter? Like one v. Okay, so there was a clip of their Tidehunter got new talents, right? And his new talents basically make his Anchor Smash just reduce the shit out of all your damage.
Okay.
And then they buff, and then he has another talent that buffs his Kraken Shell to absorb even more damage, or not absorb, but like just completely block out even more damage. And he's just standing in the middle of 4 heroes. They can't even kill him. Like they actually do no damage to him.
Oh my god.
Yeah, the only way you kill him is if you have a Silver Edge and you have a good amount of burst. Otherwise, I mean, this Tidehunter is just in your face, Anchor Smashing you all day.
And it is something where they could build into a Silver Edge also, but you know, that's not necessarily like with a Nature's Prophet or what have you. But yeah, it's an interesting little combination there. I hadn't thought too much about the talents. And in the laning stage, he should be fairly okay, I would imagine. It's also worth noting now they take the Disruptor. It's the like traditional kind of counter to the Tidehunter, but he kind of suffers from the same issues that you're talking about, a weak laner. Yeah,
between the both of these supports and I mean, Lifestealer is pretty good in the early phase. Like he contributes quite a bit of damage, but it's a Tidehunter, you know. I find it very hard to see him going down. In order for him to do damage, the Lifestealer has to be up close, so you just Anchor Smash him. If they're going to have a window of opportunity to really punish him, it's level 1. And then after that, once he has Kraken as well as Anchor Smash, it's just that much more difficult to deal with this Tidehunter.
I feel like a Tinker here might be kind of good from Rocket Scientist. Not just because it's thematic with their name, but if I were them, I'd be worried right now about a Terrorblade draft, and that kind of would stop it. Oh, you called it. You like the puck?
It's probably like the best pick you can ask for here. 1, it's the Queen of Pain matchup that you want. It's really good. 2nd, you need a vehicle for the Lifestealer. 3rd, it's great for if they do pick something like a Terrorblade. A puck can just kind of spiral out of control and pick up a Blink Veil Dagon, for example, and then you can really shut down a Terrorblade by doing that, because Terrorblade's biggest weakness is its build up towards the late game. Against burst damage. Yeah, you basically just silence him, coil, burst him down with the full puck combo, and then there's nothing you can do about it, especially since there's no Oracle or Dazzle support for you to sunder with.
Yo, they're about to play Tomato's Safe Lane Queen of Pain, and now they're going to pick like a TA mid against the puck or something. They're going to take it.
That would be great, because that's a great pick against all their heroes, really.
Do it, mid or feed. Make me look like a god. Tomato's like one of his most played heroes of all time. They're gonna go for the Clinks instead. Another like minus armor hero. Do you like it?
It works really well against the Lifestealer. Also does really well against the Nature's Prophet. You don't have to worry too much about the Treants because of how much damage you do with the Searing Arrows.
All right. Well, there we go. Game number 1. The draft is done, and it's time to see what they have to show in this elimination match for the Dota Summit 8. As you guys can see, the ticket is no longer 5, it's 8. We've graduated. We're moving on up in the world. And I'm excited to see the Clinks talent, or rather the Clinks strafe, the new rework that it's gone through. Have you seen it at all yet?
I actually haven't, but I've heard it looks really, really strange.
Okay, cool.
That's
I'm
what
excited.
I've heard about it.
The thing that I'm most excited about is you get like 260 bonus attack speed or something ridiculous like that.
For Tidehunter?
No, for the Clinks off of Strafe.
Oh, with like a new talent or something, like it adds more strafe attack speed.
No, you just that's what it is.
Straight up?
Yeah,
Really?
it's a ridiculous amount of attack speed addition. And that's the thing that's the most ridiculous to me is that you can use it defensively, but also offensively. Like you don't care that you're hitting more quickly for however amount of time, but like at level 4, 260 bonus attack speed is ridiculous.
It is a very interesting change to the hero. The thing, I mean, I wonder how you skill up Clinks now, though. I feel like Strafe, in the past, the way Strafe worked for Clinks was that, it's really nice to have a bunch of cooldown reduction on the skill and whatnot, but you didn't really need to max it out, right? You just kind of got like a level or two so that you had it ready for picking someone off or going into a team fight. But now it looks like Strafe really scales super significantly with the levels. So I'm wondering if it's something you max out first now, perhaps.
I wouldn't mind seeing it. Like you would sort of just be this big bomb, and it's only for 3 seconds. But it does feel like it still could have some value there. And like, who'd you blow up? You could blow up the disruptor so quickly with it. Although you might still be able to do that just by finding a level 1 or whatever. Look at these two taunting together down here in the bottom.
I mean, the thing about Clinks is if you look at their enemy team lineup, you can burst down anyone. It doesn't matter who it is. If Clinks gets to a good start, you can kill everyone. Lifestealer included.
All right, well, early movement out. It's going to be Rocket Scientist stealing away a couple bounty runes. The amount of taunts in this game is just, it's become too much almost.
Oh, top lane, Kezu taking a ton of damage.
Is he dead?
Trouble.
The right click's coming through the salve. Oh, he's going to stay alive with that. But it's still going to be kind of rough.
So much.
Yeah, that's not
He's
great.
lost a salve as well as a tango, and he's still at 200 life going into lane. That's gonna hurt him a bit. I'm a bit worried for Kezu here.
Yeah, he doesn't have any points left to Krakenshell either. It's very, very scary indeed. Mid lane, though, it's going to be Cancel facing off against Mastermind. Synderen going to give him a little bit of help here mid, as the Fissure had already come out, and that was able to ensure the first dagger hit onto Puck. Nicely done.
So far, this matchup for Tidehunter, not exactly the greatest, but more importantly, this Queen of Pain matchup actually kind of hurts too. So I think within the next few minutes, we're going to see 2 lanes looking really, really strong for Rocket Scientists.
Yeah. Keizu, level 2. He's been able to secure it now, and this lane should go a lot easier for him. Mikey is also level 2 with the Earth Spirit in the area. Is there much kill potential at all here in this lane for either side? Or where do you expect to see that possibly? Anywhere, really?
I think top lane probably. I think like Tidehunter still has a chance to die. Maybe not. It's probably mid lane if anything. I think this Puck is probably going to get a kill.
Okay. We'll keep our eyes on that one. 7-4 versus 3-1, as you mentioned, and it does kind of make me wonder if it's worth it to run this type of strat as Keizu. He's going to need to TP out of there. Solon has level 2, but no points in Glimpse yet. This is the nice part about stuff for the Quap, at least, is that you are going to be able to probably rune secure a little bit more effectively than a Puck would.
You're going to have to rely on some really good luck if that's the case.
That's true, I guess.
Denying pulls right now. Ooh. Weehaw's going to find the Observer Ward.
Nice. He had that sentry there for a while. So halfway to level 3 at this point. Tomato runs back. Not going to get caught. Dealing a little bit more damage to the Earth Spirit on his way out of there. And he gets his level 2 now as well. So we'll have the stun for the next round of this. So far, so good for mid or feed. They're getting everything that they could want. They're going to be able to find this pull again. And with that, Tomato probably will be able to get these last hits underneath the tower. while Kezu comes and contests the other pull. And not really, I mean, the Queen of Pain isn't getting a ton here and is getting denied out pretty heavily, but she's not dying at least.
I mean, the thing about Queen of Pain, though, is that if she's not getting farm, she's a pretty terrible hero. Like,
Okay.
you have to get farm on Queen of Pain, so ideally, if she's not having the best of time in the lane, then you have to make it so that you get her kills, or have good team fights in the mid game so that she's able to catch up.
Okay. So we're going to need to see some really good team fighting coming out from mid or feed later on, then, is what you're telling me.
Yeah. Which is totally possible.
Yeah.
Cancel getting a good bit of damage here, but it's very likely that they should be able to get a bit done if things go well for them, because they have such great team fight, right? You have a Witch Doctor, Queen of Pain, as well as a Tide Hunter. Earthshaker, not so much for the time being. You know, he's kind of playing that roaming support right now, but once he gets those levels in a Blink Dagger later on, I mean, he's going to be a very, very great team fighter for them as well.
Oh my goodness, they're going to be able to block that. Cinderin has the fissure to follow. The right clicks are there. Cancel draws first blood on the puck in the mid lane, and now they're going to find another kill onto this Earth Spirit. So Cancel with the lucky haste rune makes it work.
Well, that was extremely unexpected. If there's anything to be expected from this mid lane, was the puck killing the Queen of Pain, not the other way around.
Yeah. All right.
Which is very impressive. It's not that easy to win as a Queen of Pain against the puck.
I wonder if he like baited out the phase shift, or it might have been like Mastermind Orbing as the Quap was like going for the haste. They could have both been going for it at the same time or something, you know?
Well, possibly. I think one thing that about this puck build is that he's only keeping Waning Rift at 1. A lot of times when pucks are up against Queen of Pain, they like to level up the Waning Rift a little more.
Bottom lane. This is Earth Spirit again in trouble. He's going to get ran down and killed off. Tomato taking a lot of damage, and he is eventually going to fall. But they're also trying to focus down Mikey here. Cinderin has himself an Enchant Totem, deals some damage onto Solon there, but it looks like Weeha is also going to fall. And if Cinderin's not careful, he might go down as well. They're chasing him. The kinetic field is down. They can dive with the trees, but it might be a bit too much to ask. Is Tomato thinking about chasing? They have a sentry down already. He's going the long way around. He's actually going to find him. He's not inside a sentry range. Mikey, I think that they still got him.
Yeah, I think this should be enough damage, right? Okay,
Oh, he didn't pop strafe.
Huh.
Okay.
I think he might have gotten it if he popped strafe, right? Should be enough damage.
I don't know if like, yeah, I don't know what that was. That was strange.
It's 80 attack speed. I think it's a tough call.
Yeah.
Well, Kezu is now back on track. You know, once he got those couple of levels going, it's like impossible to kill him. It's just
Bottom
too much
lane.
damage reduction from the Kraken shell.
Tomato brought very low, but is going to live through this. And now the turnaround. Tomato needing to get the heck out of there. They've got the dust on. He's barely able to strafe away from that one. Sick play to be able to dodge it. And was able to get away from the projectile. More damage coming through onto Mikey. They're trying to kill him off, but, well, another Sprout, and Cinderin can't find the finish. Meanwhile, Earth Spirit is off to the side here. Cancel, jumps forward, finds it. Nice jump. And we'll see if they recognize that the Earth Spirit's in the area. I think that they do. And he's going to TP away.
That would have been disastrous for mid or feed if Cancel wasn't there to secure them the Nature's Prophet kill, because there's so many resources going into this bottom lane for both teams, and for one side to basically not get anything out of it, it really slows down their laning phase.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Well, it's only 1,000 gold into the lead right now of Rocket Scientists, as Weeha is going to soak up some experience in the mid lane. They also have this ward here, which doesn't quite scout out the Witch Doctor. If he steps forward a little bit more, it might. But now with the orb there, they caught sight of him. Jump forward. Mikey in the area as well. And, well, they are going to get the coconuts bouncing back and forth, but this is going to be a dead Witch Doctor.
Radiant's middle tower
Well,
is
it's
under
also
attack.
4 heroes.
No.
Very large amount of number, or a lot of heroes in the mid lane for Rocket Scientists. I think this is I don't know how I feel about this right now. It's giving a lot of space to this Tidehunter as well as Queen of Pain. It's not all that uncommon for these two heroes to just take over the mid game. More heroes
Cinder and
get
mid.
picked off though.
And they're going in for this. Keizu going to be glimpsed back. He pops the Ravage, ends up falling, but they will be able to find a kill onto the Nature's Prophet. Solon didn't quite get clipped by that Sonic Wave, and so he will be able to escape now. Keizu shows up again, going to start to punch Solon. Does he have any points in Gush? No points right now. And that means that they're probably going to be able to get away unless Synderen can find it. Fissure placed well, but the silence is there as well. And now the Dream Coil, the turnaround. The stun doesn't end up being onto anybody, but Weeha still going to die. And now inside of a creep, the Nyx, or rather the Nyx, starting to take some more damage. Is he going to live through this? I think so. No, the Fissure ends up connecting. So they finish him off as well. So still just more like constant aggression happening in this mid lane here.
Well, one thing to note is, bottom lane, Weeha just caught out. I don't think he's going to get much out of this. God, this Nature's Prophet does so much damage. Cancel does find another kill in the mid lane while that happened, but one thing to note is that they do have Ravage as well as Sonic Wave on cooldown. Not too sure if they can make anything happen with, even though it's down. There's just not enough levels on the Dire side, and Mikey's gonna get caught out again. Oh, man, he's so dead.
Yeah. There they go. They find the complete kill onto him. Weeha just trying to run away from all these treants, but it looks like Synderen are gonna be able to help clean up some of those with Tomato, and the rest of them are gonna run away back to the trees. But 2,000 net worth lead now into the favor of mid or feed. They're smoking up as well. And going to head mid, I guess? Sonic Wave still on cooldown for 25 seconds.
Oh, top lane. Trying to kill off Tidehunter. Is this going to be enough? He's really tanky.
Keizu, Dream Coil, everything dropped onto him. And, well, he's able to get off the Anchor Smash again. Keizu's still living through it all. He throws out another one. They don't quite finish him.
He has to dodge this orb.
Let's see if he can make it happen. Queen of Pain not really helping him, but Cancel's still able to find the kill. They do finally finish off the Tidehunter. And it looks like Cancel is going to let the puck get away. Oh. Woo! That was scary.
Radiant are scanning.
That would have hurt the puck so much if that TP was canceled. He would have been stuck in the trees. He would probably not die still, but it's a lot of time wasted.
Yeah, for sure. And
look at how difficult it was to kill the Tidehunter, and this is just regular Tidehunter. There's nothing special about it yet.
Going eventually into that Anchor Smash damage reduction could be quite difficult to deal with. I guess that we should also mention that in this game you've got the Kaya picked up for the Queen of Pain. That's something that you always end up seeing. What do you think about this item?
Oh, this is one of my favorite items for a lot of core int heroes now. It just provides you so much for so little. It's what, 2,000 gold for around 2,000 gold for this item. It's 16 int, basically 16 damage as well as a larger mana pool.
Right.
10% spell amp. Like 10% spell amp is a lot of damage.
That was what was like broken for Ember earlier, right?
Yeah. Well, the earlier stage of Ember was like 15% or something.
I guess that's true.
It was quite a lot. Yeah. It's like 10%. It's nothing to scoff at. I think like it's significant for the reason being that it's only 2,000 gold.
Right.
And then you have the 10% mana cost reduction, which is extremely useful in the early game. Queen of Pain always having mana issues.
Yeah, and I guess particularly like the pure damage that comes out from Sonic Wave. So that's what, an extra 32 pure damage on Sonic Wave at level 1. Towards the later stages, it's like an extra 55 damage. It's pretty nuts.
Oh, you can just like press Alt and highlight the tooltip. It just updates it with all of it.
Oh, really? Nice.
Yeah, so that's 335.24.
Oh my god, that's insane. And then at 111 or 1,100 units away. Jeez, that's crazy.
Kaya's a great item.
I think Solon is dead.
Solon is so dead.
He gets punched in the face a few times, and well, you didn't lose almost any mana pool from that either. So now, mid or feed going to be able to take down the tier 1 tower in the mid lane. That being said, While this was happening, rocket scientists were able to secure the bottom tier 1 tower of their own. But it's still starting to feel like this is going the way of mid or feed. Oh, mid lane. Quick kill from the lifestealer. Now Cancel forced to break that tether. Is going to end up falling as well. So a quick jump in. And the blink reveal from the puck doing work.
That was some great timing from rocket scientists. They were basically purposely baiting the bottom lane. Tidehunter immediately TP's down, trying to prevent the tower from going or getting lost. Uh-oh.
Are they going to be able to kill him off? I think so. The Fissure, the Echo! No, he didn't get off the Ravage! Oh, it would have been beautiful! And now the Witch Doctor ultimate, though, it might be enough to finish it off. He gets a double kill, Weehaw, making it happen. And now the Nature's Prophet is TP'd away. But it doesn't look like they want to chase that Lifestealer. They might think about going for Mastermind. Even still, that's a tough ask.
But yeah, they were basically baiting the Tidehunter in the bottom lane. The moment he TP'd in, that's when the blink was revealed, and they quickly just kill off the 3 heroes from mid or feed. Really good plays from rocket scientists there.
Well, the build that Tomato has opted to go for is 2-4-2, and I want to see if the next point that he gets, it's probably going to be into his talent.
I think it's no, I think he's just going to go strafe. I don't think the talents. Yeah, I don't think he's going to care about the talents.
Okay.
Might be wrong, but I think that's how I would build it.
I guess the skeleton walk, you get like 10% extra movement speed, and then the cooldown is a little bit lower as well. But strafe feels like it's so good. Like an extra, what is that, 60 movement speed for 1 skill point?
Oh, the attack, yeah, the attack speed is just too important. Without enough levels in this, it feels like you just don't do enough damage.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Bashrook gonna get revealed.
They're dropping out a Sentry Ward, though. They have some inkling that they're in the area. The catch, though, it's onto both of them. The Ravage, the fall of the Sonic Wave. Oh, they're super dead. And now the Lifestealer also most likely to fall. They bring him down as well. Great combination. Mid or feed, making it work.
That was just like really unlucky for rocket scientists there. You know, he gets his smoke broken behind a tree. He drops the sentry to try to find the Clinks, but Clinks has already gone down. I don't even think he was aware that he ran into the Earth Spirit, but he ran down and then he finds the puck instead. And then Weehaw from the tree line is able to drop a stun, and he wasn't unable to react.
Mikey finishes off that tower. And, well, 15 to 12, 3,000 net worth lead. And the thing that I'm really looking at here is it feels as if this Lifestealer is starting to kind of lose that dominance. He goes for these Infest ganks. They don't work out. He has an Armlet, building into an Echo Saber, but if he doesn't find these kills, things could start looking pretty scary. As bottom lane, they found themselves the Earth Spirit, and he has gone very rapidly. They have the Static Storm now down onto 2. No Ravage available. This might be a little bit too much to go for, but they got that damage, or rather the Gush damage for Keizu. And they're going to just run away from all of this. They don't want to be in this fight at all anymore. Solon is dead. They have the Dream Coil. Need to run away from him, but the Queen of Pain is dead. Mikey is going to fall to that. A triple kill for Weehaw by virtue of the Maledict, and everything else being used to heal. It's not going to be enough to keep him alive, and now the Lifestealer also in trouble. Is he going to end up dying? Looks like the answer is yes. An ultra kill for Weehaw from the grave. They're still going to end up losing a couple more heroes from this, but I think that Keizu is going to be living. No other way to break that blink, or the TP out.
The funny thing is all of this happened while Cinderin was just farming for his Blink Dagger, so... I mean, Cinderin has his Blink as well as level 9 on the Earthshaker now, so these engagements are going to be a lot harder to take for rocket scientists.
Can we just mention how Weehaw is 10, 6, and 5 on a Witch Doctor?
Yeah, he's a fighter. He loves doing the combat. He should take 75 damage, that'd be cool.
Yeah, I'm so down. That'd be great. Let's see, and he's actually... Yeah, he's level 10, the same level as the Nature's Prophet. It is insane how farmed Weehaw has been able to get from this, and levels-wise also. I guess a lot of it has to do with that Ultra kill he just got.
Yeah, that one definitely helps. I think one of the main reasons why he was able to get so many levels as well is because of that engagement earlier on when he got two kills by TPing in. It was a solo EXP for him.
Yeah.
So a lot of good things happening for this Witch Doctor. Maybe we'll see some cool stuff.
Oh no!
With him getting a ton of gold.
They blinked aggressively, but Tomato found himself stolen, trying to blow him up, but he got the Static Storm off. I don't know if it's going to end up mattering, though. Are they just going to end up losing more? The Earthshaker is the only other one that's gone down so far. Now trying to jaunt away. There was a quick blink by Puck.
That was a great fight for Rocket Scientists. They managed to get out an Echo Slam and only lose one.
Yeah.
So they should be happy with this. Unfortunately, like the thing is, you're still dealing up against a Ravage. So even whenever you see these big cooldowns being used, it's so hard to make the decision to just be like, okay, let's go in and take a team fight. Because this Tidehunter just cannot be killed.
Yeah.
The only way he dies is if your team throws everything on him together, uninterrupted. So that's really not going to happen. So no matter what, I think we're going to see a Ravage come out, and that makes it so much harder for Rocket Scientists to decide for a fight.
Yeah. You know, I was kind of debating in my head whether or not Tomato should have like gone for an Orchid or something, and I kind of like that he didn't. He's just going to be this like maximum damage dealer, and Puck is eventually going to be getting into this Yule Scepter to try and stay survivable, as it looks like Weeha going to finally be punished for his streaks and everything else. But it sort of means that Tomato's just going to be hitting buildings crazy fast.
There's that, but I think the reason why you want to get the Deso is because you want to be the answer for the Lifestealer. Because if the Lifestealer hits Rage, you basically pick the Clinks as a Lifestealer counter. So by having the Desolator, I think you actually do enough damage to the point where if a Lifestealer decides to run up and try to trade with you, you're going to outdamage the amount of healing he's going to get from open wounds as well as feast.
I want to apologize real quick, Steven. Well, I've been casting constantly. I've just been like hacking unceremoniously into the microphone where only you can hear it, because I mute it to stream every time, but it probably sounds like I'm dying. So I'm not dying. Well, it's all good. We're fine. Moving in towards Roshan, maybe? Or is that too scary of a placement for mid or feed? Oh my god, look at that attack speed.
I think the thing about Roshan is that they're not in a hurry to take it. They can just wait, sit back, and let them, or wait for the Desolator on Tomato, and then they can go for something like Roshan. Until then, they just take these fights with their big cooldowns, just keep farming.
Yeah. Did you see the attack speed from Clinks when he got strafe going?
Yeah, it's 260.
Uh-oh. Synderin doesn't get the TP out. But tower is going to fall, most likely. So tower goes down. We're roughly, what is that, 600 gold away from a Deso. They still don't have a great answer for the Nature's Prophet split push. Like, whenever they send Synderin out there to try and push out waves or something like that, they end up dying. Maybe you go like a Tide Ags? Yeah? Is that an option? No? Okay.
Yeah, I don't think you need something like that.
He went the gush damage.
So this is what you do. You basically go for all the standard stuff, right? On Tidehunter. Oh, bottom lane though, Mikey is super dead. Look how much damage that is.
Yeah, it's it ain't no joke.
You do get the tower though, at least.
Yeah. So tier 3 now open in the bottom lane. Top tier 2 is also pretty low right now. It's 700 HP. Maybe Puck can get something done to that as well. But still, maybe thinking about Roche if they're able to find another big pickoff.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
So what Kezu should do is he just goes for standard Tidehunter builds, right, like he is right now. And then once he gets closer and closer to that 25, you transition. And then you take the 250 damage and you just Mask of Madness Daedalus Tidehunter,
That sounds awful.
Dude, it's 250 damage.
I guess that's true.
It doesn't matter what hero you're on. If you have 250 damage, just get crit and you already do a ton of damage.
Maybe you go Echo Saber instead. What about that?
Dude, Echo Saber at level 25? No thanks.
It's
Mask
great.
of Madness, man. You need all the attack speed.
Okay. Ooh, that would be cool. Tidehunter with Strafe ability draft time. The dream. Well.
Oh god, that still does a lot of damage. Shouldn't underestimate the Deso armlet
With Gush?
Echo Saber.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, Kezi sounds like he's invincible, but he still takes quite a bit of damage because he only has 7 armor. Now he has a little bit more. He picked up the mechanism, so sitting at 13 armor, but still gonna be a little scary. Uh-oh.
well, over here to the side, they get the silence. They're still looking to chase this one. A lot of damage being dealt out. The Dream Coil only connects onto Keizu, and well, they thought about going with that fissure, but they call off the charge. Maybe instead gonna head up towards the north and take down that tier 2 tower.
Uh-oh. Disruptor, he gets caught out. Oh, but he goes the wrong way. What, his CP is... His CP is down for 50 seconds? This is actually...
Alright.
Very problematic. He's not going to be able to do anything.
Yeah, if they can't get there, maybe he can, like, sort of go secret agent status and follow behind, and then he can get into a position, like, a fight position.
That's not going to happen. It's daytime.
Yeah. Got 30 Syrian arrows damage as well. Tomato is going to hit so hard. Honestly, if they don't come and address this right away, the tower could be down before, like, TP's finish.
Let's see. Disruptor still stuck for 20 seconds. Yeah, I think this is actually potentially a lost tier 3. I mean, look at Tomato.
Oh my god, look at that damage. It's so ridiculous. But at the same time, they're split pushing down bottom. I don't know if it's going to end up mattering. The tier 3 is already dead. My camera work is atrocious. Now Nyx, a life stealer, they jump forward. They get the coil onto them all as well, but they already brought back the Earthshaker. Now Keizu, he gets silenced. He's trying to walk away. Does he get off the Ravage in time? It's not down there. He's still already used the mechanism. He gets it at the last second. They take down 3. And Keizu, he might end up dying eventually, or he just might end up living through it all. 4 dead. Rocket scientists lacking an answer for Tomato, who is just going to completely dismantle these towers. It's back off cooldown again.
It's not even that they have no answer for Tomato. It's the fact that this Tidehunter is making things impossible for them to fight into. Like you just saw, they had the right idea, right? They understand, okay, we're not going to win a team fight if a Ravage comes out, and they threw everything on him. But he's got 1800 life. He has Anchor Smash, Kraken Shell. He's got Pipe. He's got Mech. How do you actually kill him? And now he has Guardian Greaves.
They also gave him a Glimmer Cape throughout all of that as well, while it was all Lomion, so just ridiculous amounts of magical resistance. And now, Litter Feed moving down for one last set of racks. They didn't even, I mean, they don't need to wait for the second round of Roches.
And the thing is, you know, while all that was happening up top, Cinderin wasn't even there. He just TP'd down to deal with the Nature's Prophet by himself, and he killed the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy.
So the entire team just completely destroyed. They ended up losing 2 racks, gained nothing out of it, and now the Tidehunter is only 70 seconds away from the next Ravage. And I think that's going to spell for the end of them at this rate.
He wants to save for the moment, but just going to use Strafe, and tower's gone. I mean, that's the thing, though, is that, like, right now, they don't have Ravage, but they're still not capable of fighting into this. Like, this is the best time to take this fight, but I don't know if it's going to be enough still.
There's no... I mean, look at their abilities. They don't have Echo. They don't have... Uh-oh.
All right, well, they walk forward. The Fissure comes out, though, onto 3. The Silence is there on a cancel. Don't know if it's going to end up mattering. Weeha dropping the ultimate with the Malphus down already. Lifestealer, nowhere left to go. He's going to die. They are all falling so quickly. They bring down 1, but it's just the Aegis on the Clinks. Keizu standing tall. The Fissure from Cinderin. He gets himself another kill, and GG, well played, is called. Mitter Feed on a tear today.
You can't go on the Tidehunter. The thing is, this time, there wasn't even a reason to go on the Tidehunter. He still doesn't have Ravage, and they committed all of their resources to killing a Tidehunter that doesn't even have Ravage. And he just stood there, took all the damage, doesn't die, and nothing is accomplished.
Witch Doctor, 12 kills in this game, most out of anybody. It's an interesting world that we live in. But I like it. It's good stuff. Solid play from Mitterfeed. Rocket Scientist still needing to come up with some answers. it was an opening of Witch Doctor and Earthshaker. How strong do you think that is? Is that the key to their success? What was the big thing that was the determining factor for why Mitterfield won this game?
I think the biggest reason why they won this game is because they understood the strength of their Tidehunter very, very well. I think like this Tidehunter straight up carried the game. By having this pick and the amount of farm he had, the amount of levels he had, they just played very well around him and just always took the correct fights at the right time with this hero.
All right. Well, we'll see if they can make it work again. It's sort of a tough one because you're basically telling me that it was just that they understood the game better than their opponents, kind of, which is tough because I don't know how you really change that around for game number 2, or maybe you just draft you build a draft that hits a very strong timing yourself or something like that.
I think it's been a while since people have played against Tidehunter. It's not something you've seen very often. And I think that's kind of why they might have underestimated it or didn't know the strength of it. So if I were them personally, I would just ban it out until they get a little more familiar with it.
Okay.
And then just start from there. Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll see if it ends up happening. Game number 2 right around the corner, ladies and gents. Again, Lyrical and Aos are your 2 casters for this one. We'll see you guys in a few for game number 2.